Easy wins. What are some of the daily wins women can do to take back control of their overall health? Okay, well, I'm going to answer that question by telling you a story. So, this past week, I was I was interviewed on Mind Valley's podcast. It was a beautiful interview. If you're not familiar with Mind Valley's platform, I highly recommend it. Vishen Lakhani started a really cool platform of self empowerment and self healing through lots of different techniques. Beautiful community. And they brought me in. I'm doing some courses on fasting over there. So those of you who are in the Mind Valley community, you'll find my work over there now, which is really exciting. And the woman interviewing me asked me a question about, well, there were two questions. One was about Ozempic and like losing weight. And then the other one became about around fertility and why are we seeing such a fertility problem? And my answer, again, you can go listen to that podcast. It'll be out shortly, and I highly recommend you go listen to it. But one of my answers to her is the reason we have now gotten to a point where we have to look at Ozempic as an answer for weight loss. And we are chronically disappointed in calorie counting and dieting is because we don't understand how our body works. So when you ask me, what is a daily win that women can do to take back control of their overall health? My very first response is get to understand your body. So when I explained to this woman about how powerful our eggs are in our ovaries, and I talked about how the eggs that are in our ovaries have the most amount of mitochondria in them, which means that we need to play by all the mitochondrial rules, which are the same ones, by the way, that I just taught you with inflammation. It's like eating the right oils, thinking the right thoughts, avoiding toxins, getting light, it's a rhythm, getting ketones, another rhythm. All of that nourishes these mitochondria. And your eggs have, inside your ovaries, have the most amount of mitochondria. So the first thing you have to understand is your body is crazy powerful. You have to understand your hormonal rhythm. And then the parts of the female body that are unique to women, we need to build a lifestyle that matches those parts. So when I think of this through the lens of a postmenopausal woman, and because this is the hardest thing that I have about teaching lifestyle to women, is we have the fertility years, we have the perimenopausal years and menopausal transition, and we have the postmenopause. But when I look at daily habits from a postmenopausal lens, let's now apply the theories I just taught you. Okay, what do you need to know about your body? Okay, well, your body's not cycling with your ovaries anymore, but it may be cycling with other parts like circadian rhythm cycle. So it's cycling with light. It may be cycling with the moon. I've talked a lot about the moon cycle and how it's affected ovulation for many women. So we still have to have a rhythm that goes with that female body so that you can have moments of extreme extroversion and extreme introversion, extreme output and extreme input. The other thing I know for women who are in those postmenopausal years is you have this new brain I've been talking a lot about, which that brain is the best brain you've ever had. It's basically the brain that Lisa Mosconi and I talked about on this podcast. It has now, your amygdala has calmed down. You have a better look at seeing everything from the culture, from a bigger picture. Your brain is in a more empathetic place. It doesn't tend to search for the fight or flight amygdala anymore. So the postmenopausal woman, once she understands her body, she becomes incredibly powerful. And then she now knows how to fit lifestyle cues into that. The perimenopausal woman. The perimenopausal woman is a very interesting scenario because you're losing your hormones, and I call it the neurochemical armor. Your neurochemical armor is coming down. Go listen to the podcast that I did with Dr. Mary Claire Haver, where we talk about we called it your menopausal toolbox, all the different things you can do in that transition to adapt to this neurochemical armor. But when you ask, give me some daily wins, the first daily win for that perimenopausal woman is to understand that this neurochemical armor is coming down. You're losing estrogen, and estrogen was stimulating serotonin and dopamine and acetylcholine and glutamate and GABA and oxytocin and BDNF. Progesterone was largely stimulating GABA. So you had like a whole set of neurochemicals that were able to help you react to stress. And after 40, those neurochemicals are going away. I call it the girl gang. The girl gang's gone. So you're going to react to stress more acutely. So a daily win would be have compassion for yourself. You might not be able to do the workload you used to be able to do. You might need to take more breaks. You might need to let your loved ones know that this neurochemical armor coming down is causing you to react to stress more acutely. You might need to put yourself in more oxytocin-rich environments so that you can create a loving energy around you as this neurochemical armor comes down. You might have, like me, you might have some traumas that need to be dealt with. I've talked a lot, if this is the first time you're hearing this, but I've been in a lot of therapy and breath work and psychedelic experiences over the last couple of years, really working on some traumas that in my younger years I didn't deal with. But that's because the neurochemical armor came down. And so all of a sudden, these traumas revealed themselves. And I was like, okay, now it's time for me to heal this. So the daily win was understanding myself. And then for the woman in the fertility years, this is where we have to really emphasize that you're a rhythmic woman. So there are times of your cycle where you can do all those extreme health habits. There are times in your cycle where you need to rest and relax. And there are times in your cycle where you have so much hormonal power, you could take over the world. So know those patterns and how to eat and fast and rest and work out according to those cycles. So the daily win is knowledge. Then this is what I'm trying to do with books and YouTube, is give you that knowledge. So the more you get curious about your body, instead of blaming your body and getting angry at your body, the more you will start to see that you are living in such a miracle. Okay, check this out. I have a free fasting guide for you all. It's free. And it's going to teach you all the basics of fasting. It's going to teach you how to kill hunger when you fast, which is really cool. And it's going to show you how to break your fast, among many other things. All you got to do is click on this link right here and enjoy. This woman on the Mind Valley podcast, again, you can hear it when it comes out, is she basically said to me, after I explained how her ovaries work, after I explained how her hormones work, I explained why you hold on to weight. She said, so my body doesn't hate me? I was like, wow. Yeah, your body doesn't hate you. Your body doesn't hate you. It loves you. And every time it gives you a symptom, every time it's not working the way you want it to work, what it's saying is know me, see me, heal me, honor me. That's what it's saying. So every time we have a condition that sticks around, it's because we have lost sight of how our feminine bodies want to be treated. And you have an opportunity to just get curious about this incredible human skin you get to live in. And the more you understand it, the more effortless your lifestyle becomes, and you can really, truly live in congruency and integrity with your female body, and you will experience firsthand how powerful you are. So that's a daily win to me, is keep learning, read books about your body, listen to podcasts, listen to YouTube videos, like keep learning how this body works so that you can take amazing care of it.
So if you love this video, you're going to want to check out this video. It's kind of the sucky part of menopause, is that we get a toxic dump. So when we look at unwinding the menopausal weight, we've got to look at making you insulin sensitive and look at detox.